Hello everyone and welcome to this evening's video on NASCAR 2003. We are at Brooklands and it is a what if video. What if Formula 1 went back to Brooklands racecourse in Weybridge in Surrey, UK, just up the road from where I am. It's an old track, 1907 it was built, and Indianapolis was based on this track. Look it up guys, the link is in the description. So we're using the 2016 mod, so let's have a look at the qualifying. So Sebastian Vettel is in first place with Verstappen in second on the row. Raikkonen, Hamilton, Rosberg, Ricciardo, Bottas, Massa, Kvyat, Hulkenberg and Sainz there. Perez, Grosjean, Jenson Button, Gutierrez, Ericsson, Magnussen, Alonso, Haryanto, Nazar, Palmer and Walian, if that's how you pronounce that. So without further ado, let's get into the race.
Drivers, start your engines.
So here we go, the what if starts if Formula 1 went back to Brooklands in Weybridge, Surrey, UK. And we have the green flag. So it looks like Sebastian Vettel is leading the race from pole to finish. Will he mess up in the pits, or will he crash? Who knows? His debut at Brooklands in Surrey. By the way, they didn't have green lights on the side of the tracks back then either, in 1907, but it is made for NASCAR 2003, so you can sort of understand why. I'll tell you what, they're pretty noisy, aren't they, these Formula 1 cars? I think that is Rosberg catching up with Vettel. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. So we've got Rosberg behind Vettel, Verstappen in third, Raikkonen in fourth. They're all in similar positions. Lewis Hamilton is out with a piston problem. He went out on the first lap. Well, not even the first lap. It was on the pace lap before the race started. As you can see, Rosberg is catching up with Hamilton. With Vettel. Hamilton is out. Rosberg is definitely catching up with Vettel, so let's take a look at the back of the grid. Oh, and we had a Renault then hit the Armco of the outside of the track, and it doesn't look like he's going very fast now. And there is the Haas cars. Don't forget we have Haas in NASCAR and IndyCar and Formula 1. And there is the McLaren. Some Red Bulls, I think that's Toro Rosso, that is Force India, that is Williams with that lovely Martini livery. I think that was the best livery they've ever had in Formula 1. It was beautiful up close. So the front of the grid is getting very, very busy as Rosberg is looking to pick on Vettel with another Ferrari behind. And a Red Bull. It looks like Rosberg's about to make a move on Vettel. No, he's backing off. Maybe next time. If you're missing out on your Formula 1 fix this weekend due to all the abandonment of the sports this weekend, stay with this channel. We are going to have Formula 1 and NASCAR all weekend. No one has made any pit stops yet. I'm guessing it will come very, very shortly. Lewis Hamilton is out. If you've just joined us, Lewis Hamilton is out. He went out on the pace lap with a piston issue. Hello Magnus, how are you doing? Yes, we will have to do a what if Formula 1 cars were like NASCAR cars. We could do the liveries of the Formula 1 cars onto NASCARs. How cool would that be? Well, we have had no crashes yet and we've had no pit stops either. We are on lap 17 of 58. Let's check the standings. As you can see, Vettel is still in the lead. He was on pole and he's still in the lead. Hamilton went out on the pace lap. We have 4 drivers a lap behind already, with Ericsson in 17th still on the lead lap. So what's everybody's thoughts on the abandonment of all the sports this weekend? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think the sports should have continued in light of this virus that's spreading all over the world? Imagine if they actually reopened Brooklands. Now, if you look at pictures of Brooklands on Google, you'll notice there's roads driving through it. Roads built through it now, and housing estates and all sorts. But there is parts of the track still left to go and have a look at, and there's an awesome museum about. And we have a crash. We have a crash, and a yellow flag is out. That had to hurt. That really had to hurt. I think we're going to save this one. Yeah, we'll definitely save that one. That was a cracker. So as all the cars come in for pits now, after that horrific crash, Verstappen is now in the lead of this race. I thought the pits would change the way things are going. He is in the pit stops now. So Magnussen, Ericsson and Grosjean are all out of the race. We have a total of let's have a look. We have 4 cars out. We have 18 cars left. That was a bad crash. I'm guessing Vettel is still in the lead. McLaren now in second. I'm guessing they continued, or was it McLaren in first? Whoever continued on, because a few of them went in the pits literally on that accident lap. So if I'm right, Alonso would be in the lead when they come over the start-finish line on this yellow caution. But we will have to wait and see. So it's actually Vettel who's in the lead, and Rosberg is still behind him after they've all gone over the pits. So it's just Alonso's obviously the first car behind the pace car. Jenson Button is actually a lap behind now. Oh, them three cars there had some wobbly tyres. I'm guessing the pit crew didn't lock them on properly, or it could just be an issue with the mod. Looks like the pace car is going around again. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Magnus. The NASCAR has also been cancelled, and so have many other sports. The only sport that I've heard is going ahead this weekend is UFC. It looks like the pace car will come in on this lap, and we will commence on lap 25. We have 58 laps on this race at the old Brooklands Formula 1 track in Weybridge, Surrey, United Kingdom. A track built in 1907. Indianapolis was based on this track, especially the turns. They are especially adapted to Indianapolis. It'd be cool to see some NASCARs on this track and see how well they do. It's a very, very grippy track. So here we go then. The yellow flag is off and the green will drop, and we will commence again on lap 25 of this what if race. The green flag is waved and we are off. And we have another yellow. We have another yellow. Another yellow. Let's get some different perspectives of this. That is kayak. Well, that was a massive crash. Massa and Hulkenberg out. And Wheeleran, who was in that crash, is not out yet, but he is going into the pits. So we'll see what happens. We may only have about 8 cars left in this race after that crash. And there you go, Palmer and Wellreen? They are both out, and Hulkenberg and Massa join them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers out of the race. With Carlos Sainz now. As he comes out of the pits, he is currently in 9th place. There is Bottas, Nassar, Arianto, there's Gutierrez, Perez, Jenson Button, who is a lap behind, Verstappen, up in 6th place, Ricciardo, Alonso, there is Raikkonen, who's in 3rd. For Ferrari. There is Bottas, sorry, there is Rosberg in second, and Vettel is in first place. We've been running 35 minutes, 36 now. We're on a yellow, we are on lap 27 of 58. We only restarted on lap 25, and we had a big crash that took out Hulkenberg, Massa and Wehrlein and Palmer. I can't say that. Is it Wehrlein? We'll call him Wehrlein. That'll do. Correct me if I'm wrong, Magnus. But I think that's how you say it. I think it's time for a coffee break. So we went 22 laps without any cautions, and then we've had 2 in the space of 4 laps. 3 laps. 4 laps. And the pace car's going around again, and I guess we'll restart on lap 29. Let's see if his lights go out. If they do, we are back on for lap 29 of this What If. Formula 1 went back to Brooklands in Surrey, and the lights are off. The lights are off. That means we will start on lap 30. Sorry, we'll restart on lap 30. I think Sunday we will have a rerun of the 2016 Australia Grand Prix. I think that would be an awesome race to do, as it's been cancelled. We shall do that, and maybe we'll do a NASCAR at Atlanta. Maybe we'll do that Sunday as well at night. That might be something to do. What do you think, Magnus? So we are back on. We are on green flag and we are back on lap 30. We only have 13 cars left in the race. So Sebastian Vettel still in the lead with Rosberg behind him. Vettel is actually having a really good race at Brooklands. It would make me really happy if they could, I know they can't, but if they could reopen Brooklands and put these cars on it, because the original Brooklands had so many accidents. It was such a dangerous track. And I really do believe these cars couldn't handle it. These cars were too fast for it. The cars then were doing 160 miles an hour in them days. And there's just no barriers, there was no grip on the tyres. It was just awful. These cars are faster and they've got grip, but I still don't think they'd cope on Brooklands. The real Brooklands. Looks like Raikkonen is catching up with Rosberg by the looks of things, and the Red Bull drivers are both catching up with Raikkonen. The Ferraris seem to have better grip on the corners, on the turns, than the Mercedes by the looks of it, but the Mercedes straight line speed is awesome. That Red Bull just got way too close to Raikkonen. Now he's backing well off. There is Rosberg, who's running in second place. His teammate Hamilton went out on the pace lap unfortunately, to a piston, so we didn't get to see Hamilton race at Brooklands today. We are watching this battle for second, as Vettel is so far out. It's a bit boring just watching him go round and round. As you can see, Rosberg has gone a bit too close in and given Raikkonen some space, but Raikkonen didn't take that opportunity. He is bearing all over Rosberg though. Looks like Raikkonen's about to have a go at Rosberg down this back straight. That Red Bull keeps getting close behind Raikkonen, but then backs off again. Oh, Raikkonen's going. Is he going? No, he's staying out there. He wants that clean air, but he also wants that slipstream from Rosberg, as the Red Bulls are using as well. Whoever painted these cars did a really good job. I'd like to paint some 2020 liveries, and as the racing's been delayed now, I've probably got long enough to do it, because I can't imagine the Formula 1 season's going to start for a few months yet. The difference with Formula 1 and NASCAR in terms of season is NASCAR obviously stays in one country for so many months of the year, whereas Formula 1 travels all over the world for so many months of the year, which I believe is more dangerous. Obviously, if you have viruses, you'll then take them all over the world, whereas if you're contained to one country, it's got to be a little bit more safer. But I still don't blame NASCAR for closing up this weekend and next weekend, because at the moment no one knows what's going on, and I really do believe that no one knows what's going on and how bad this seriously could be. Oh, and Raikkonen's gone on the outside to take Rosberg. Has he got enough minerals behind him? No, he has. Oh, he might have. No, they're coming down this corner again, and yes, Raikkonen overtakes Rosberg, but Rosberg takes it back. Raikkonen just didn't have enough in him to get past Rosberg. Now Raikkonen has stepped back a little bit from that. Perhaps he's eyeing up another move on him. We are watching this battle for second place as Vettel is so far out in first. I don't think he will be caught, maybe if they do pits, but I can't see it. I think Vettel was on pole and he I think will go on to win. But we're watching this battle for second as Raikkonen again comes around. He keeps having shots at Rosberg, especially on this corner. It's always this corner down here as two guys come out from the pit stops, one of the Red Bulls, and one of the Red Bulls nearly went into Rosberg as Raikkonen has used that slowing of that Red Bull coming out. He slowed down Rosberg. Raikkonen's used that to get past Rosberg and into second place. Can Raikkonen keep it though? Because Rosberg is now slowing up and the Red Bull is now catching him. Rosberg's been in second the whole race. He's now in third. Has Raikkonen got enough in him to keep that second place? It looks like he has. Rosberg has slowed up, but he did get slowed up by that Red Bull coming out of the pits. Let's have a look at the standings. As you can see, Raikkonen is in second place with Rosberg in third now. Ricciardo in fourth. That Red Bull of Verstappen is now a lap behind due to the pitting. And it looks like the Ferraris are pitting and Mercedes are pitting and the Red Bull is pitting as well. They are all pitting with Vettel going in first. Let's see what happens here. You can't hardly see the cars, to be fair. There you go, there you go. Right, so we've got the Ferraris and a Red Bull and a Mercedes all in there. Who is going to go out first? Vettel is in this first pit stop here with Raikkonen behind him, who's currently in second. Mercedes in third. They have literally come in their positions, and Vettel's out first, Raikkonen's out second, and they're out as they came in. No change there. As the Ferraris come out of the pits, with Vettel back in first, and there is Raikkonen in second, Rosberg in third, all now on fresh tyres and fueled up, I guess. It looks like Rosberg's having another go at Raikkonen by the looks of things. He's closed that gap on him. I knew that Ferrari would not be fast enough to keep him off, because that Mercedes on a straight line is pretty quick. But saying that, Vettel is really far out, so he obviously has the faster Ferrari. So we are on lap 48 of 58. We have 10 laps to go. We are running at 58 minutes and 25 seconds to be exact. 80 degrees here in Surrey with a wind speed of 8 miles per hour going north. Verstappen leading the race at the moment due to that pit stop. I thought it was Raikkonen. I do apologise. It is actually Verstappen. Now, was it because he did that early pit stop that got him up there in first place, with Vettel behind Raikkonen in third, Rosberg in fourth. There goes Verstappen, who looks like he's on the tail of Jenson Button by the looks of things, but the Ferraris are catching up with him. They've got 9 laps. They have 9 laps, 10 laps to catch up with Verstappen and overtake him. And there goes the Ferrari of Vettel straight past Verstappen. He has overtaken him to retake the lead. As Raikkonen and Rosberg sit behind, watching the race proceed without them. Basically, they're both looking for a third place podium finish now. I'm telling you this though, I reckon Raikkonen could catch up with Verstappen. He's got a lot of speed behind him and he's catching. Vettel seems to be breaking away from Verstappen though, but he is lodged between 2 Ferraris, as you can see, but the gap between him and Raikkonen is a lot bigger. That could have good benefits for him, because he can try and defend his second place position from Raikkonen, but he has no Red Bull car, no teammate to help him. I'm just waffling on, to be fair. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it sounds good, I think. Lap 52, we only have, how many laps? 6 laps to go. Wow, looks like Rosberg's trying on the tail of that Ferrari there. And the Raikkonen is now in third place, but Rosberg is hot on his tail with that Red Bull not looking like strong enough to keep that Ferrari off him. Raikkonen wants second place and Bottas wants third. Raikkonen's going for it. He fighted for second place earlier. He's going to do it again. Does he have enough this time? I think Vettel's definitely got this. He is miles out. 5 laps to go, and it looks like Rosberg is hot on the tail of Raikkonen, and Raikkonen's hot on the tail of that Red Bull of Verstappen, obviously. So we are watching the race of second place between Verstappen, Raikkonen and Rosberg. Rosberg seems to be backing off a bit. Vettel is well up there with now, I believe, we have 4 laps to go. Oh, Raikkonen's getting up close to Verstappen with 3 laps to go. Can Raikkonen get in front of him? That would have been a perfect opportunity there to get past him. Rosberg's now looking like going down the inside. What was that about? It's like he was having a little sneaky look. I'll have a look. I may go for it, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna watch what goes on between these two, and then when they crash, I'll get second place. There goes Raikkonen on the inside, coming up to the bend. And he's done it. He's done it. What a move by Raikkonen. Fantastic move. He's now goes into second. It'll be a Ferrari 1-2 for the finish. As we got 2 laps to go. Red Bull are in 3rd place. As Rosberg eyes up Verstappen as the white flag comes out. We are going on lap 58. Rosberg is eyeing up Verstappen to get on that podium. Will he make a move like Raikkonen did and get him on the inside of that corner, of that turn? What a move by Raikkonen there. That was absolutely epic. As they come down to the turn where Raikkonen did it, and Rosberg's done him as well. Rosberg has gone and done Verstappen as well, as we sit with the leader Vettel as he comes towards the start-finish line to finish this. What if Ferraris or Formula 1 cars went back to Brooklands? Who would win? And it is Ferraris. Ferraris have won. The what if Formula 1 cars went to Brooklands. Fantastic win from Vettel, with Raikkonen in 2nd place and Rosberg in 3rd on the podium. 2 epic manoeuvres from Raikkonen and Rosberg to knock Verstappen off that podium place. What an end to a race that was. Great driving from Raikkonen and Rosberg. They were not giving up at all. They were not going to give up, and they didn't, and they succeeded, pushing Verstappen down to 4th with Ricciardo in 5th, Perez in 6th, Sainz in 7th, Bottas in 8th, Kvyat in 9th, 1 lap behind, Gutierrez in 10th, Alonso 2 laps behind, with Button in 12th, Nazar 3 laps behind, and Haryanto is 4 laps behind. We had Hulkenberg, Massa, Palmer, Wehrlein, Magnussen, Ericsson, Grosjean and Hamilton all out of the race. Hamilton didn't even get the car started. He folded on the pace lap and he didn't actually move. The only movement he had was when the pickup truck come and picked his car up, and he got on his moped and rode off into the sunset. Vettel wins the what if Formula 1 went back to Brooklands. There is a picture of Brooklands track. It goes round, as you can see, and that is that's the corner there, I think, where Raikkonen and Bottas made their fantastic manoeuvres. So, thanks for watching, guys. We've been here for 1 hour and 8 minutes as the final cars come in to the pits to set off back home on their journeys. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night for the Nations Cup and maybe some more Formula 1 action if I've got some time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video with your friends and family. And if you help me get to 1,000 subscribers, your name will be put in a hat and picked out randomly, and you could win some PC goodies. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you could win some PC goodies, which is awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night's sleep if it's that time of the night for you where you are. It is 10 to 11 in the UK here. Good night and take care.